It is I, Lord Haywire. We're on episode 22, I guess. That's what my checklist says. I updated it before I stream. Holy shit. Uh, and I saved it with a bug because it's the most hated thing. But I was out of time. I was getting tired. I wanted to take a nap. Grumpy pants and napping. So here we are. We're just gonna go right straight into this. We're not gonna look at anything because it's fucking broken. Um, we can't look at anything because it's broken. So what we were doing though is we're just trying to instantiate some uh, uh, things on the UI, which we can't. I guess we could look at them. We're trying to instantiate them on the county info panel here, possible buildings panel, and we're trying to make them appear in here. And it's kind of struggling because of I don't know what I'm doing. There's the key. The key to all of it is I don't know what I'm doing. Um, the key to all of our issues is incompetence. No, ignorance. Ignorance, not incompetence. Maybe some incompetence, a sprinkle of incompetence. So, we have another one of these. I don't know why I'm jumping all over the place. Where we're already doing this. And so that's what we were going to look at and just be like, oh, yeah, this is how we do it. It's this one right here. So we were adding these to a list. Do we want another? Everything's fucking lists at this point. I put that in the possible description of this thing, and it is. Everything's a fucking list. So we're doing a list on this one. What did we do with this list? I think when we're done with this list, we just implode it. I'm not sure why. Yeah, we just destroy it when we're done, when we close the list. So let's do that again. Let's make this list. Possible clone. This is going to be a list. We're going to need a list. I don't know why we did it as a list, but it worked. So it's just a list of game objects. So that's what we'll do. How did we do this up here? List clones. It's just a list of game objects that are read-only. Private, read-only, list. And then this just probably should be equal, new. That's what it always is, right? What's your problem here? It's like I don't know what game. Oh, it's so quiet. I think we're missing system collections or something. We are. It's so quiet. Let me turn on some music. I guess I'm gonna listen to New Model Army today. I haven't listened to them in a long time. I used to love them, and I thought that it was one album that one of my friends got me, but it wasn't. It wasn't one album. It was like a mixtape that he gave me, and so it was like the best of that he had made. And so I was always like, "Oh, New Model Army is the best." And then when I tried to find their the album that I had heard, it was it was a mixture of everything. So what are we doing here? Okay, so this is still not going to work though. This is just going to add this to the list. We just don't have any bugs now, so at least it will compile. And then we need this to be. This should be in here, I think. Let's see how we did this before. Prefab horizontal population list text. Did we really just stick in a bunch of text there? I guess we did. And man, this cat looking like he's coming to get me. Then we'll put this here. So this is what it's asking where it's going, and we want to put this in the transform because that's where. And this is the we're gonna drop this in. And so that is going to be. Let's turn this on so we can see it. Let's turn this on so we can see it. Let's turn this on so we can see it. So it's going to the parent is this thing. Yeah. So let's go back. Where did we stick this thing? We stuck it in some bizarro place. Possible building prefab. Possible building parent is right here. I'm gonna move this a little bit so we can see this better. Vertical possible buildings group. Why isn't, I wish it would hover over this shit. Failed to find entry point. I'm gonna clear you. That was an old error. When I loaded it, it said, hey, like, you fucked up. You fucked up. You didn't do this right. And so that's what it's telling me there, is that I fucked up. And so I needed to clear that. Sorry, I was looking at things. Make sure everything's working. Okay, so let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. I don't think this is gonna work still, but it might. It was doing this thing where it was, well, you'll see. Make this big. What the fuck are we doing? We're just clicking this. Yeah, I was doing this. It looks like it's instantiating a bunch of them like on top of each other or something, or the thing's too small or something. So let's test this. How are we going to test this? Let's turn on the county info thing again. Let's turn on possible buildings again. We don't have anything in here yet. So let's dump in prefab. Okay, so here's the issues. The prefab is wrong. So let's fix the prefab. The fuck happened to it? This song's pretty good. Where's like the top of the... What's going on with this prefab? Some values are driven by vertical layout group. Is it this content sizer thing? Upper center, nothing's changing while I'm clicking stuff, so... Yeah, what happened to this thing? And why can't I adjust it? Maybe it's because this is too skinny for it? Its width is 0. Wonder what happened there. What was its width before? I think it was 100. No, it was not. 200? 200's too big. 150? What was it? 175? It's pretty close. Oh, remember I was fucking around with the size, but I don't remember fucking the size up this bad. All right, how big are you? You're not telling me. 200 is the viewport. And remember, it did a thing where it was sizing this to fit. Did I like stretch it? Why is this pinned up there? Oh, look, it changes back. When I change this, it says, nah, fuck you. And then when I click that, it goes, nah, fuck you. Wait. Clicking random things seems to have done something. Yeah, this song isn't very good. I know you guys can't hear it. So if we do 200, though, see, it goes over. Remember, we made it like a little wider, too. So it's something to do with the size. You know, there's that anchor button. Oh, it won't let me. What did this? So we gotta. I knew this was fucked up before we started, so it's not. This isn't like I'm walking into a buzzsaw here. This is we knew. Where was our other one? It was population. No, it was scroll view, population list. What's up with this thing? Preferred size width is child force expands upper left. I put middle center. It doesn't do anything. Width is all we want. No spacing. Preferred size. We should have just copied this one and then uh, adjusted it. How big is this thing? Just curious. Oh, we can't see it. And there's nothing in there. I wonder if it's because it has a button attached to it. Because we want it to be a button. It has something to do with this, I think. Somehow I fucked something up when I was clicking around over here. Alt also sets position. Control sets nothing. And if I stretch it, it went back to normal for a second. I bet you I clicked like something crazy at some point, and it was working at the time, but then maybe it has something to do with this text thing down here. Let's look at the prefab we're putting in there. Research. No, that's not it. Horizontal population. What do you look like? Um, Horizontal layout group, huh? And then we have that in there. I wonder if we need to have a horizontal layout group. Get out of here. In here so that it's not so jankified. What did we do with the research one though? Didn't we just do this with research items as well? We did, and it doesn't have anything special with it. You know what? We don't have that content fitting thing on here though, I don't think. Oh, is that on a different part? There's not, is that content fitting thing in this possible building, or was that in some other? I feel like it has something to do with our prefab here. See, like, look, this text is like weird too. It's set to fill? What happens if we just manually drag this shit around? See how the background isn't matching up either? We need to put building in here. See, it'll be easier for us to tell here. This is just stretch. Why is this thing so giant and our text is so small? What? I just discarded those changes, but they're still here. Width and height. See the text? Width and height? What? It should be 100 by 200. Wait, other way around. 200 by 100. And 200 actually seems a little, and this isn't even centered. I'm saving just in case we have to like go back or something. Yeah, see, this is all fucked up too. But it's not centered. Can we drag this thing into the center? No, we can't move it. So then that makes me feel like no, that's in the viewports in the right place. I was thinking maybe that anchor or whatever needs to be moved. But I think it does that automatically. This is at like 0 or at -2. It shouldn't be at anything. Why is this hanging over the edge? The fuck is going on here? Just curious if anything will change. I feel like that should be upper center, but the other one is upper left. What happens if we put 2 of these things in there? Well, so it's starting to look right. Except this isn't like centered. I can't move it around. Okay, we're missing something obvious here. One of these things is like overlapping and its width is 200 and it's centered in here. It goes to here. That's where we want it. We actually don't want this lower one, but I think I have that turned off. Where were we looking at? That's fine. It doesn't matter. That thing doesn't matter. Scroll view is not at 0 though. Okay, no, we want that at -25. Width is 200. Height is 550. Did I like click on here and this fucked something up? Maybe we should just start from scratch. It wouldn't be the first time I've noticed like something I can't figure out and that it's just something dumb. Oh, I can move this around now. See how like 0 is off? Is it going to be up by 17 or something? I bet you it is. Because this thing said negative W delta. You know, remember I was clicking these buttons just to fucking see what they did. No, we want that. Oh, I have a sneeze coming on. 180, but then the text box off. Let's do 180 and we'll just see if that fixes it. It's weird that I have to manually do that. And then if this thing goes away, then it's gonna look fucked up. There's something fucked up that I'm doing here. We should just delete it all and start over. Um, like I was saying before, I need to write something that if that it says like, hey, if this is active, then turn that shit off. So that kind of works. What about this content expander thing? What happens if we maybe we have that in like the wrong spot or something? No. Why is it? We've done this like 10 times at this point, and this is the first one that's causing us issues. We didn't apply that. Let's see. They're there, but they're missing. Oh, I know why. Because I have this disabled. Why does that say new button? That's even worse. So there's the scroll view. The viewport we see. That's still there. And the first one is up there. It's the right size. This is the one I had pre in there though. And then this one is just ape shit wrong. This is being like expanded or something. It's hard to even tell where these things are. See how this one has its thing? These don't have, there's something else is going on. Position negative 150. Why is that position getting fucked with? I want to see it jump over there or something. That's my hope. I was just randomly clicking stuff. Was I clicking? I think it was that button. And let's do this to 200. Let's save. Let's apply. Oh, why can't you? Well, why don't you want to apply that? I did hit Control S. The top one doesn't count. Look how tiny you are, my friend. Whoops. So it should be set on this one. without holding down Alt, which is what it's set for. Which makes me think that something is changing, that when maybe we don't need this content size fitter. I know I've said that 12 times, but what? See, it doesn't seem to think I had any changes there, but I sure as fuck did. What does it say? New. What is this thing called? Oh, name button. Okay. It is nice. It is like a common thing where I want to go scorched earth and just delete everything and restart. Yeah, it's like their anchors are off or something. Instead of trying to fix something, and I do that at my day job too. Uh, Something's wrong with a computer, just reformat it. Who gives a fuck? Um, I kind of want to just delete this thing. I don't know what happened to it. Let's just delete it. And then let's go back to this and this, and let's just create a new thing. What do we got on here? Wrong spot. Let's remove this. Upper left, child force expansion. Let's put in a new UI button. It might be because it's a button. And then we'll just leave it as button. Button's fine. This thing's here. Why is this off to the side though? And then we'll make this a maybe it's this thing that's fucked up and I just can't tell. Let's delete the whole thing. Viewport, create empty. This is gonna be vertical group. Vertical, what are these things? Possible building group. And we don't have anything attached to it right now. What happens if we put that in there? See, it's all off to some weirdness. I think this needs to be like here. I think it needs to be like attached to here. Let's look at it in the inspector. 200, height 100, not 1,000. Position 0, 0. It's off again when it's at 0. 20 is what we want this to be. See how it says like it's a negative? Oh, I don't know why this is off. It's set to center. Why would this be off? This isn't lined up over here. If I made this to here, fuck this thing. Wait, how much did I delete there? Yeah, fuck this thing. Something went wrong. Something has gone wrong. We're going to copy this thing and put it up to here. There's kind of a reason you always duplicate everything. Is because once you got one thing working, why reinvent the wheel, you know? Maybe it was because we had, so like, this was like the child, I was calling them babies. This was the baby of another one. Viewport. Okay, that's just the title. We don't need that shit. This population list thing, we're not going to fuck with that, but we're going to, besides renaming it, this is going to be possible building group vertical. I just decided to name it that, with the vertical at the end. Then we're going to put this button in here and it should just automatically splat it. Then we're going to put, this thing did remind us here. Oh, how did it know that? Maybe we had this in the wrong spot or something. Then we're going to go to our script, which I may have just deleted off of here. No, it's right here. We're going to go, this is going to go in here. And what was this one? This is our prefab. Can I drop this prefab in here? Then we will just hit play. Oh shit, no, we can't just hit play. 30 minutes of fucking around. Oh, see, it moved a little bit. This is going to be off. This is going to be off. Oh, you do that every time. So I don't know what was going on. We did something to that other one and fucked it all up. So let's go to this button prefab and fix it. This is going to be possible buildings. Let's delete this one. Let's put this one back here. And so that was smaller. Let's see what happens when we go to 20 or 200. I mean, is that going to fuck it all up? Oh, I didn't save it. I didn't, whoops. I didn't apply the changes here. Whoops, overrides. See, it doesn't do that sometimes. It's supposed to when you have a prefab. I clicked that select button just out of curiosity. Now we got some thoughts happening. It's thinking. I don't know what we did. Can we get away from it? Oh, those are tags. We don't. What happened there? Let's go back. Yeah, it doesn't seem to think that it's. Yeah, it's not applying those changes. It's not offering me the option to apply them. I don't know why. We need our prefabs to work. This tiny little fucking thing. Now we got nothing. Oh, we didn't assign the prefab. I mean, we did, but I renamed it or something. What is this pivot? See, my mouse was going towards the top building one. Well, what the fuck? That works. I guess I shouldn't be mad. Fuck that thing. It works. Then we want that. We were like whatever, 100 I think is what we were going for. Let's save this. Let's do our test one more time. I don't know. Somewhere something happened where I clicked. That's why I'm a pro of. Oh. Um. So I like that you can report a bug, but then it has all these like, what happened? This is the first time. What's my email address? Oh, maybe I can just put this in here. I don't want you guys to see my email address. I don't know why it matters. You must provide a title to title. Describe the problem. Uh, the problem. I was interrupted by that Steam message. Um, the problem is what happened. I mean, we put a prefab. Fab's size. Then when I hit play, it crashed. You know what? I don't care. See, it's too much effort. Yes, I want to. I want to. I'm gonna recommend Songs of Six. There we go. I don't know how much it costs. We have another message. I'm a popular guy right now. All right, this thing is gonna. Sometimes it takes a reboot to fix these issues. If we get another crash, then we got other issues. Sometimes it's just, where were we at? Right here when it crashed? The prefab has not been assigned. Why am I doing it in this step? Possible. So it crashed around there, right? I clicked here. I went to assets. I want UI possible building. Hit save. I don't think I hit save last time. We hit play. I mean, I have a video of it. Don't crash. Was it here? Oh god. I don't know, maybe it was just a fluke. Okay, that works. We got this stupid thing at the bottom though. Is that for real? I don't know. I mean, I guess. No, we don't want that shit. Get that shit the fuck off my game. We didn't use the content sizing thing. We have that turned off. What happens if we just disable this? What happens? Look how big my screen is for the video game part, the game part. I could just do maximize, but it's still here. It turned it on again. I turned you off, motherfucker. I don't want you to be there. You insult my mere existence. My mere existence? What is our other options here? Vertical we want. Why won't you go away? What happens if I just delete it? I don't think I can, because this is going to be like, hey, where the fuck is this? Wonder what the spacing part does. It was at -3. Remember. I mean, I don't think this thing works. This thing works great. Um, -3. I know why it's there, but the issue, the reason why it's there is because it's the size of the thing's a little bit. This is going underneath this, so it's making it bigger. We could make it smaller, so that goes away, but this isn't always going to be here because we currently have enough to fill this in, but we don't know if that's always going to be the case. So then you're going to have this weird button thing. Since this is everything's temporary, life is short, let's just do this. Let's go to here. Excuse me? What? I think we got an issue here. We got a Unity issue. Oh, God. We'll go to one. Oh, God, stop. 180. Do I have 2 Unities open? No, I only have 1. All right, save everything. For the love of God, save everything. Oh, we only have 700 of these. What is the main thing we got here? Render failed with height must be larger than 0. GUI utility. What is your major malfunction, motherfucker? It's this thing that hates it. It hates this prefab. Maybe the original issue we were having had nothing to do with anything. Let's save this. I know you're thinking, why are you saving stuff when it's busted? Because I think it's a Unity issue. Do we have any other? There might be another Unity running here in the background. My music stopped, and then Twitch showed a black screen of death. Let's see what we got here. I saw. Oh, look at my mouse; it's like barely moving. We got some issues here. Malware bytes. Are you like running a scan or something? Do you feel like opening? You're not. Malwarebytes used to be so good. Now I feel like it's not that great. Let's close this thing as well. What else can we close? Let's get Flim Flam's messages out of here. So I can't restart my computer without restarting the stream, and I don't really want to do that. Let's close the Unity Hub. Occasionally I've run into this thing. I'm just seeing if there's like a croaked Unity in the background where I have to rebuild the Unity library. Something gets fucked up in its little brain. The fuck is this? It's gonna bring up Edge. It's a Windows system file. I mean, I do have a lot of crap that just run SharePoint. Get the fuck out of here. I don't see anything like flashing in my mind. Obviously, I'm not gonna know what all that shit is. I don't see anything too ridiculous. So let's try this one more time and see what happens. A reboot would probably solve the issues. A reboot solves all issues. Like 90% of all issues are solved by just rebooting. But like I said, I have to stop my stream then, and I don't really want to start a new one. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just, I had some other prefab issue. See, that thing's gone now. The thing at the bottom is gone. Which is what I wanted, but it's not. So the problem with doing it this way is that if we have less things in the list, then we're going to have an issue with this line is going to go away and these aren't going to fill in. They're not going to fill the sides. It's fine. Who gives a fuck, right? We're gonna like I said, this isn't like this is. We're getting all the things working. Well, I'm not gonna. Well, you know what? Let's touch that thing. One click. All right, it seems to be fine now. Let's change this text though to be. And then let's save that. Still no errors. Yeah, sometimes Unity just has a freak out on you. There we go. All right, I think we're okay here. I just had a thought though. Let's maximize this. We don't have to do this weird shit here. What the fuck was I doing? Yeah, so we're gonna have this is building. We're gonna have to control this. Well, we'll control this button. Won't show up unless you unless you own this this thing. Also, can you click on other stuff? Well, yeah, we need to also do another one of those blocker panels. So we need to add two things to our list. We need the buildings button should only show up. Let's do this. You know me and how much I like to add items to this so that we can check them off when they're done. Buildings button needs to only show up when you own a county. And then we also want one that is can click on. Actually, we want that to be able to do. Let's see here. Do we want that? We do want that. So you're looking at your provinces, you pop open the building thing, you're like, you want to just play the game with this open. Oh, I was about to try to use WASP. We haven't set that up yet. You want to just keep playing the game with that open, that's fine, right? I mean, it's ugly. Can you click on this one? No, but so the click blocker and everything pops open when this is. So yeah, no, we want that to happen. Sure, if you want to click on populations, you want to go building and then population, whatever. If that's what you want to do. So that one is not an issue. We do want the building button to not show up if you're. But before we do that, I think let's finish what we were doing. We're kind of in the middle of doing a list. I need a script to open up here. Was it research tier 1? Is that what we were doing all this shit in? I gotta look at this message. I can't not. Let's see here. So what were we doing? First run research, does that, it's not, this is not, wait, yeah, that is not what we're dealing with here. We are dealing with UI, possible buildings. So we're generating each one of these. We need to blow away this this list as well, where were we looking at that? Was it right here? We can copy this. Put this down here. And we're going to call this shut up. Oh, fuck you. It's mad. It's mad. Possible building clones. Now I could rename it. We just do this so that we don't have another list hanging around that we don't need. And we can link this to that close button. But right now we don't need that to do that. I mean, we'll do it when we go away from here. So what was the other thing we had going? We don't want the time to pause with that thing's open. We want we want to fill in the name kind of like this. We do if it is done, it creates this. And then can we just put this right in here? Possible. What did we call this thing? The fuck are we looking at here? We need the text. How we don't have any access to any text on this thing yet. we could get the child of the we know the child is the text. Um, is there a better way to do this? If we, how long have I been streaming? 55 minutes. I was thinking about taking a break already. I'm a, I haven't said this in a long time, but I generally when I'm programming and I'm not uh, streaming, I take like breaks every like 20 minutes, and it lets my brain like rearrange what I'm thinking about. I smoke a lot too. I mean, I'm cigarettes. I feel like we did more to instantiate. No, we didn't. It's just the population list is just a text field, or just text fields, I think. But if we look at this thing, where are we? UI prefabs. This is a name. Uh, this is a child. I guess we could just get the child component. I mean, out of pure. It's always going to be 0. But the problem with that is that if we move it, if we add anything, suddenly this breaks. The other, we are going to be messing with this button as well. But this is just a component on here. All right, I'm gonna take a quick. I'm gonna take a quick break here. I will be back in less than 5 minutes. It's a good time to smoke a cigarette, right? All right, let me go do that. It's 12:30. All right, I'll be right back. Such a bummer running out of coffee. All right. We're just going to do get child for now. We'll come back. Then we're going to get component text text mesh pro dots whoops text, and this is going to equal this things. Let's put this down on the next line. I'm all motivated. Dot research name. Research name? Well, we can, that's not what we want. What did we do to this? Why does this think I did changes to it? I don't want to touch that thing. I mean, this works. We got to put that thing again. So the text doesn't go so close. We have another problem. We have multiple. So that works. I'm thinking maybe we should generate a new list, though, of buildable buildings that we take things on and off of. Because what happens if the research name doesn't match? Where did we do that? That was in world map load. What happens if this doesn't match the building? Another thing we're going to get here is elitism. Let's say elitism is done. That doesn't give you a building. So we got another problem. So we're going to have to have. Okay, so we're going to have that. We're going to have to add to this list. So let's go to this list, and then we're going to add to this list research name. We're going to put it right here. This is going to be a bool. Is building. And then we're going to test this too. We're going to go back to our list here, and we're going to say, we need to do more than that. We're going to put true on here. And we're going to say, you know, because now we're going to test that if it's a building, but we got to fix this research item thing. Wherever the fuck it is. It's easier just to click on this thing. We need to add this in here. Research name. Bool is building. And then here. So I kind of figured out, like, more in my brain how this is working here. This is basically, these are two separate things, and these are pointing them to the same spot. So they're looking at the same spot for the same thing here. Where is this at? Research name, which is right here. So right after this, we're going to have is building true or false. These are all buildings. And we probably should put that in the description somewhere. Oh, these are false. These are false. Since we got true on my clipboard, let's put these in here. These are all shacks. This is why we're doing it this way. This is why we're going through. We're basically that we're building the game in this small little chunks because we need to see what we need. And this, so like I didn't think we needed this. I didn't know that we needed this. This one's so it was confusing me because the name's so short. I didn't know we needed this until just now. So that's why we're not building. You know, we don't have um, the 500 province or counties all set up first. And you know, we didn't set up the camera so we could zoom around those 500 counties and look at them all. There's no point in setting this up. We just need a small sample of what we're doing. And this is too much, actually. We should have just done like 3 of these. We should have done like elitism, tactics, and a Fisher's Shack. But we're already in too deep here. So there, uh, we already did that. We need to go to possible buildings here. So what we need to do is if is done and world map load instance dot research item tier 1 dot I, we'll put this down here so we can see it better. Is building is equal to true, then do that. So if both of those things are right, uh, then put it in there. So that we have elitism set as it's complete, but we also have it set as not being a building. So it shouldn't show up in this list. I mean, it didn't show up before, but okay. And so my idea, I think we're going to need to. No, I guess if it's a building, we just need to know we name. Well, we'll see. We might have to do that later. What I'm talking about is we could say, a Fisher's Shack, the name of the research might not be the name of the building, is basically what we're thinking about here. Let's fix that one thing in the prefab, though. That's possible buildings, and let's hope that we don't fuck anything up here. We want the text to. Hey, didn't I rename this text? That I rename this text. Oh, maybe that's what the thing I didn't save. We want the margins to not. I think it's down here. Yeah, we want. What was the other one? It was surprisingly large. Let's go back and look at this other. Was it research item? I think it was this. This one has more of a gap on the side because of the checkbox. It's 5. So we'll put 5. We aren't getting like tons of errors. Nope. 5, 5, 5, and 5. There we go. See, that looks much better with this not. I think, no, it was like Fortress Shacks is now rolled over to the next thing. Okay, so these are all buttons. They don't currently do anything, but we're going to have them do something. And I think what we'll do. So this is where it gets them a little more complicated. What we currently did was pretty cake, except that we had, issues. This is the county info panel. Should we fix this other? Should we fix this thing? Let's fix that thing first. Let's just fix as we go instead of waiting for possible issues to happen. So for that, how is this button being controlled? I think it's being controlled by this. Yeah, it's just being controlled by this. So we're gonna have to attach a a script to here. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I'm overthinking this. What am I doing? Create. We're gonna attach it to here, not to. I think there's already a script. Yeah, it's attached to here is what we wanted in. What is this doing down here? Awake should be at the top. I think that's how I do it everywhere else. Consistency is the key. I feel. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so you don't own this county, fuckbrain. There we go. Population button. Okay, so that's controlling the population button, but we could also. We need another button. Does this work right? I feel like this doesn't work right. We have dev view on, so we gotta turn that off. Let's look at this. Did we test this with dev view off? We did. Oh, right. We had this thought of like, well, wait, why does that work? What? Classic. Uh, what? How does this shit work? I need to put more comments in here. Where the fuck were we? UI County panel. Oh, I see how it works. Okay. This is attached to that, and so it's to that button. So I guess that's the same thing we'll do. I was thinking we did it a different way, and that's why I was confused. This is going to be expand buildings panel button. I don't know where that space came from. Button, obviously from my and we can copy this. No, we can copy this. So if the faction name is true or you're on dev view, no, this is going to be on enable. Because every time it checks, every time it opens, it should check to see if this new variable that we have here, and that one is set to if you click the button, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't open. It doesn't open. But on this one, we want the button to not even appear. So we want on enable. If that is set, then expand dot. Yep. Else This should be false. And I don't know, I'm getting crazy amounts of lag today. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I should have rebooted my computer. Hopefully my voice isn't all... It's always restart. I need a new install of oh, we gotta put this on here. I need a new install of Windows, and I don't want to. I don't want to do a reinstall of Windows. This is back to the scorched earth thing. It would solve all of our issues. Oh, well, now that doesn't work at all. Good job. Are we getting bugs? No. I probably have the wrong button in there. We don't need this on maximize anymore. No, that's it. If faction.name equals the player faction or devview is true, set this active, else set it false. Let's turn this on so we can take a look at it here. Maybe it should be off at the beginning. Man, such minor things breaking stuff though is like a curse. I'm kind of looking over here to see if this ever gets turned on or off. Whoa. It never gets turned on or off. Like maybe it's flashing and I can't see it. On enable. This is the UI county panel. Let's make sure that that's here. Expanding buildings button. It's there. Is it even getting to here? I feel like it's not for some reason. All right. Just in case it's hitting else every time. Okay. It might be hitting else every the else statement. I don't know what I did over here to get this. Oh wait, I like double. Oh, I dragged the console thing down here somehow. False. I don't know what I somehow got rid of my console thing. No problem though. We can just get it back right here. We can just get it back. What are you doing? We can just get it back right here. Console. It's like, where did it go? Like it's down here or something. Fuck did it go? Like, see how the game's like, let's put it over here. Okay, here we go. It was like sitting on top of it. Uh, let's go back to here. I've had all sorts of issues this morning, today. It's afternoon now for me. Weights. Why did you come back? What just happened? Why did it suddenly start working? Well, part of it is this set to true? Do we have dev mode on? No, it's off. What the fuck is going on here? Um, it's saying true every time. Wonder why this is working then. Is this not working and I just didn't test it enough or some shit? Dev mode is off. We should be able to click on our home place and click on this and it opens. Uh, this should be turned off. I'm missing something stupid again. On enable, we'll put this above since that's what I like this to be like all the standard stuff to be above this one. It's not going to affect anything. I said paste. Uh, oh, I see an issue. Okay, wait. I see the issue. I see the issue. We click here and it's off, and then we click here and it's off. It never. This isn't getting disabled between clicks. And then on this one, I click the other one the first time. And so then it was here. Now it's there. We should have put some. Yeah, so that's the issue with that. It's not that it's not working. It's working. It's just that the um this isn't getting disabled between each click. And let's double check, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it would flash. We probably couldn't see it, but maybe we can. Uh, see, it's open. Yeah, I don't know if we'd be able to see it. It might happen too fast. Uh, so what we need to do instead is move this to select county, I would guess. On left click, we have all this shit happening. It's not the end of the world. We'll cut this. We'll get rid of this. Save that. I don't know why we got this big gap down here. Save that. Go to select county. I think my music stopped again. Come on, YouTube. Why do you always got to ask me that? Of course I'm listening. Like, can it learn? We'll start a new thing. Wonder what this panel changes means. This is a bad name for this. Oh, these are the panel. Oh, we should probably put it in here. Yeah. We should put it right here. We don't even need that other shit. It's already checking. Why isn't this did we just I think I might have just found another bug. Let's look here. Muster army. No, it goes away. Oh, it's because actually I don't know why it muster army. See, this is I think I know if we put dev view to true. I bet you. You know, I could adjust that probably while we're playing. It's being played. Yeah, so muster arm. So this is a problem with this whole concept that I'm using of uh, having this variable that I can turn on and off. That means that I have to put this or thing and everything. Uh, where to go? So I would have to put in here or dev view whatever. I'm not going to add it in. So we got to figure out a better way to do that. It's on the list already. But so currently it's like that's just like this weird thing that we have floating around, but I have to remember to put that into every one of these. It should say or if dev u equals true. But we're totally getting sidetracked there. So probably, let's see, we don't need this. Or this. What is this weird song that I'm listening to here? Or this. Or this. Basically, or these debug logs. This is all going to go. This was not much. Pasting this in here did not save us much time. This is just about the same thing, though. So do we want to... This is currently accessing... This is attached to... I'm not sure why we put a... why we just didn't put a thing here. Oh, because each select county's on every county has this script on it, is why we did it this way. Why we put this thing on the button itself. So we're going to create a new script. We're going to create a new script in the UI. Man, we have a lot of them in here. Unless we already created one. I don't think we did. Yeah, we didn't. We're going to create a script here. And we're going to go, this is going to be called UI expand buildings panel. And then we're going to stick this script, since we got this open right here. We're going to just stick this directly on here. Get on there. Oh, shut up. We got a bug somewhere. This is a bug. We'll be fixing that right now. UI expand building panel. It's going to be instance dot. Do we need all this shit? Like, look at this. We got this other... We could probably just say this is game object. All right, let's open up this thing. I'm trying to solve two bugs at once. And one's not really a bug. It's just we haven't gotten there yet. We don't need this crap. This is going to be... Yep. Nope. I was put a dot in there because I'm so white. I think we can just call this game object, honestly. Oh, it doesn't like that. That's why I renamed that. It doesn't... It's like, hey, what are you doing? So we'll make it really long, because you know how I love that shit. Yep. And then we'll go back to here. Now we can put, oh no, we can't. What did we call this thing? Like game object or something? Ridiculously long. Nope. There we go. We'll copy this whole big line of shit. I don't remember if I got the period in there. No, I did. Then all of our bugs are gone, so this needs to go on here. Then we need to attach itself to here. Get in there, motherfucker. I hate this one. Okay, I don't know if it, I should probably double check my code here, but we're not going to. Muster, oh, we got a bug. Is this one of those things where it needs to be active before we turn it off? I think it is. Or it's like, hey, it's already active. Like so much of this is so fragile. I don't know. They have a term for it. Piece of shit is the term. No, it's fallbacks or something is what they're called, where you put in error code to deal with these things breaking so easily. So you put in an else statement that says like, hey, double check this shit because it should be this way. And I haven't done like any of that. My code is so fucking fragile. One thing's wrong and then the whole game fucking falls apart. That's probably going to be something we're going to have to like really, really concentrate on at some point. But that is we have that working now. That is what we wanted. That thing's gone. We can mark that as done. This time I'm gonna not do that bullshit. So the next part of county improvements is we want a panel to open up when you click on this. So that we're gonna have to bring this. These things are gonna need to be open here, so we can see what this panel looks like in game. So you have this, and you're gonna click on the button, and it's gonna open up another panel. One of the things that I was kind of wanting it to do. Is it this one? Oh, we can't see it without turning on this one. I kind of wanted these things to match. But who gives a shit, right? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? What we're doing currently is so half-assed that it doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll have another panel up here. This is the possible buildings panel. This will be the built. We're gonna on here. Who gives a fuck if your game is a fucking horrible nightmare mess? This is going to be building description panel. I don't think we need to put title in there. I know I put title and everything. Where is this fucking thing? It's right. Let's make this smaller. Let's move this so we can see here. And I don't know why I've started dragging this thing down like that, but I don't know. You know, your workflow changes. There's probably like a button you can push to minimize this. I don't want to close it because then I have to. because then I have to. Maybe I should just be using that more. I don't know. Like part of the learning experience here is also workflow because there's always better ways, not always, but there often is better ways to do things. Anyways, let's not get sidetracked with this panel bullshit. Where are you at here, buddy? And for some reason, you're the same size as that other one. Okay, so the build, you click on a thing here. You click on a thing here, and then this is going to open up. How big do we want this to be? Do we want to anchor it? Do we want to stretch it? What do we want to do with it? I mean, it kind of seems like it should have continued to be along this sort of panel here, you know? Part of this is also speed, and what I mean by speed is uh like you click the building. You already know you want to build the fucking thing. You click the building, you go click building, build, then you know, like how many do you have to click close? Yes, so there's like a lot of clicks. You want to reduce the number of clicks, I would assume. We're going to go with this, I think. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. Because it's going to be kind of hard to read, too. We need to come up with a more unified approach to these panels. These gray screens are kind of fucking stupid. Why can't I right click on this anymore? I wanted to maximize this. Guess I have to do the tab. You click the building, you go over here, it's got the title, the cost, and how many people it takes to build. And then there's also going to be a button where, so this part of the panel is going to be kind of like a lot of work. We're also going to have the amount of people it takes. You're going to have to be able to assign the people to it because you want to assign, like, it will have a maximum of 5 people. um, and we are going to need another list for buildings, which should actually be, I think we're going to change this. Uh, Yeah, I think we're going to change this to pull from another list, a list of buildings that are possible to be built, that will be changed regularly by the research. The research will change the list, the building list. That we might want to do an event for, which, like I said, I have never written. So the person is playing. They're looking at their thing. They say, "Hey, it looks like," and there is a weird little line there. We haven't set up the current buildings yet. We'll have to set that up as well. Um, let's actually put that on our list here. Uh, um, convert to issue. I was like, this sounds like a good time to take a break, but no, it is not. It is not a good time to take a break. So the other thing, okay, let's unmaximize this thing. Is there a hotkey for this? Everything should have a tooltip. That's my complaint. For the rest of all of life should have tooltips. We aren't going to make it this size. We're going to have the top at 0. I said it 0, motherfucker. Okay. So that this is the same, and we'll put the title up here, which is, you know, whatever. These will all line up, I think, is what we want, is what I'm saying. So we'll put this there. We'll reset this, I think. Or can we, yeah, it's this. Then we'll use this thing to pin it to the top, and then we'll stretch it. We'll stretch that motherfucker. Oh, wait, I'm doing the wrong one. Back, back, back. I didn't duplicate it, I just dragged it away. There we go. This one, where was this thing? Right here? Somewhere. Okay, this one's going to be called building description title. Well, and then this, we're going to reset. Then we're going to do this, this, and this. That does save some time. The only thing is I should have, this is 50 height. I feel like we've been doing 60 for some of these. We should have done that first. Wrong button. That would be the Windows button that you just hit there, boss. Okay, there we go. Building title, which we will pull from this new list. So we do have to create some new lists and stuff. This is once again why we're doing it this way, is so that we have every little step done, and then once we have each little steps done, we do another circle around what we've completed. And then what we've already completed. So we'll, like, once we've finished the whole game with this little thing, it's going to be like, this is some piece of junk. No one would want to play it. It's going to be boring. It's going to be shitty. We're going to finally be all the way around back at the beginning, which is like selecting the county. And then we're going to go and look how that works. And we're going to try to adjust and slowly start expanding out again. This time improving on the ways we do it, because now we know everything we need, hopefully. And we'll run into other things that we need, and we'll keep expanding out in circles until we've hit quite a few things. And there's also going to be things that we want to add that we were like, oh shit. For example, in the research, we don't have prerequisites working, or even tier 2 research. So we'll go into tier 2 research, and when we add tier 2, you know, when we come back around to research, well, we're going to add tier 2. We're going to add a bunch of new things that have to happen, like, and then we'll keep going around, but at least we'll have like a base built, you know, and we'll just keep expanding out in circles until we get to like a 0.1 version of the game. And then we'll start adding more stuff, like, and then we'll go through like a beautification process and stuff. But right now, that's months away. I don't know, months? Yeah, months. Okay, so we got the building title on this panel. The biggest issue I think we're gonna have here is it's really easy to see through this stuff. We might, like I said, have to go through. What is this thing? It should be 0.9. Not that. This should be 0.9. It's not. I keep changing these to 0.9. And it doesn't stick when I make a copy. So that isn't nearly as bad as it looked. All right, so we're going to have the building title. This actually should just be building name. So how much time do we got? Man, like 2 seconds passed since I last looked, which is fine. Let's do this so that maybe we'll keep it over here a little bit. I was thinking maybe we should stick it over closer to this. So we have to go back and redo this. That's the first step. And actually we probably should do this. We don't have any built yet, so it's kind of hard to test. Let's fix this all up and we'll have like one that's free or something and we'll make that, then we'll go to there. Where did I put that on my list? We also need the building build panel. This is the main thing. This is what we're working on right now. That's the main building build panel. And this is just like the header of what we're working on. And then we'll fill this in a little better. Like towards the end of the stream, we'll put an issue in for what we're actually working on. But right now, so we have the building build. Well, let's go back to our. We're gonna need a new list. So we have research items, buildable buildings. No, possible buildings. Buildings. We're gonna need a new class here. Public classes. And I think this is just gonna be called buildings. I mean, why the fuck not, right? What is this first name thing? What the fuck is this? I thought we got rid of this first name thing. Occasionally I run into stuff where I'm like, what is this? And you know what I do in that case is I just delete it if we're not using it. I like to have clutter is extremely common. It's really easy to clutter up your shit. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to clutter up shit. Okay, so we're going to have this public class here. Called buildings. And the first one's gonna be name, and then I know we're gonna need this is gonna be an int. We actually probably don't need it. We can do like a short or something. It's never gonna be like 20 million. But that's the cost of the building. We need a description, which stop it. Which hey, it knew what I what I was gonna do here. Let's put this up here. Name, description, costs, number of workers. So once again, there's gonna be like 5, but I guess what is it, a short? Doesn't matter in this day and age to not do ints. I'm gonna Google that. I'm curious. Does it matter in C# to try and use the smallest variable number type? This isn't going to know what I'm talking about, but let's see. Why should I use int instead of byte or short in C? An int is faster in almost all cases. Okay, well, we'll just use ints then. There we go. Answered my own question, or my question. Number of, or we could just do employees. I kind of want to put number in front of it. I don't know. Employees. So that's how many employees it can have. Oh, wait. So max, we're going to need something that says max employees. We're going to need, and this should be before this, public int current employees. I'm just pulling this shit out of my head here. Is built. So we're going to need another one that is public bool is buildable. Public bool is built. Yeah, what the fuck was I thinking with the with the trying to do that research bullshit. And um there's going to be a couple of different costs actually. There's going to be influence cost, which is a number, and then public int, because influence is one of your resources. There's going to be, I wonder if we should break these up. So like wood, uh, wood, scrap. I know we're going to need, hmm. So let's say it costs 500 scrap. So one of the resources is scrap. Scrap can be usable to like replace other um, resources that are needed. So like if you need wood, you can use scrap instead. So do we say resource cost and like it's just a flat number? You know, it's 500, and then you could say, oh, and then you pick scrap or wood for it, or do we have wood cost, stone cost? And how is it going to know what it needs? Should we have a list embedded in this thing? Wow, that might be a good idea. Like a resource list shoved inside here. We would need another, because there isn't going to actually be that many resources for building, you know, but it's going to be like stone, wood. We don't want to go too heavy into the building part of the game. We want like buildings to be buildable in each county, but it's also going to be, and we don't want to have like massive micromanaging. Maybe we do. Maybe we'll have, for right now, because we don't even know how this is going to work. Let's do public and influence cost. We know it's going to cost influence to build it. Uh, and then I'm going to put a note in here so I don't forget. We'll put it right here. This, the cost of the building and resources could be a list that is created for each building or dictionary. Right now, that's all we need, though, I think. Influence cost, max employees, current employees, is built, is buildable, public string description, public string name. So then how do we populate this list? So we're going to have two different, we might need an ID for this too. We'll see here. This is why we're doing it this way, like I said. I am going to take a quick break now. I'm going to read this message. I am so obsessed. I'm so obsessed with um, getting rid of my notifications off of um, I also can't talk and do two um, talk. I can't do two things at once. I tell people at my job all the time. I try to multitask and I just fail. Um, and it's funny because like other people have been telling me they also um, fail all the time. Okay, all right. I am going to with multi. See, I just whatever. I can like type and whatever. I can't run two subjects at the same time. All right, I'm taking a quick break though. Where's my break timer? I'll be back and I moved this last time. Let's put this over here. Um, so that's readable. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let me turn off my break timer. Thank you for the follow. And I think your name's Raymond, isn't it? I was just calling you O Romano. My other one. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I think I said that before. Uh, okay, so we're gonna have to rebuild a whole other list here. A list is a list of a list. Is that how you spell influence? No. I'm gonna learn eventually. I really need a spell check. The problem with a spell check is it would be insane. So let's do this. I'm trying to do this from memory, and I don't think I can. I can't do it from memory. No. Then we're gonna put in. Well, this auto. This one's gonna auto do it for me. There we go. And we'll make this go down there so it's more readable. So now I'm just trying to think of how we're going to do this. So we have this research. First run research, we do. So this happens on awake. Regardless, no, it doesn't. It runs this when you open up. Let's go back to this and turn that. Let's follow my logic here, or lack of logic. I think we had some shit open that we shouldn't have open here. We don't want this, and we don't want this. And what did we want that or not want that? I can't remember at this point. Oh shit! I left the thing open, the one thing open. Can I maximize this while we're in play? There we go. Well, we don't want that popping open. Okay, so on the research screen. Okay, so elitism says it's done. It's interesting. This should probably be at the top. Fuck. All the done things should be at the top. But you know what? Let's not worry about that. We'll put a thing in here. Do we want all the done research at the top? And we'll just put this. Is this a note? This is a note. Let's stick this in our note thing, because we don't know if we want to do that. Okay, so we got. So this is being created though. That, man, is that okay to have that like that? I think that's fine. This is being created. We actually don't want this maximized right now. We need to look at something. Let's stop this. Let's go to our list. Where the fuck is that thing? We have a list. It's here. We have a list that's getting created here. Is this saying if they're, yeah, so is building is done. So it's being finished right here with what we currently know. So this list needs to then, after this gets created, so this is on start. So before we click anything, this gets run and created. So then after that, where the fuck is that thing? That is right here. We need this thing to create another list for us of buildings that are done at this point. Or yeah, then we're gonna want this to, at the end of this thing, we're gonna rename this though. To and to that. So at the end of this thing, after this has been created, we're going to have a for loop that goes through all of these and creates this other list. But before we can do that, actually, we need to initialize this list, which is, what did I call this? Buildings. We need to rename this to building. Hey, go fuck yourself. And then we need to rename it over here to Classic mistake. I said over here. I don't know what song I'm listening to, but it's bad. That's the problem with the new model army thing I was talking about earlier, is that it can really go in some shitty directions. I guess I'll go back to the good old Lords of the New Church. Uh, okay, so back to this built. Yeah, go away. We took care of you. World map load. We need to initialize this. What kind of order are we at this point? It's just like pure insanity. And I stopped putting these stupid. Of course, this is initializing a dictionary. It's a dictionary list. We even put that in there. I stopped commenting that in there. This is gonna be a list. Buildings. And no, this is gonna be called buildings equals new. Then back down to this garbage. We can do this. Oh, you're not going to do it for me now? Now I can't even remember how to do a for loop. Luckily I got one right here. Equals 0. We're going to go research tier 1 counts like always. These are all about the same, you know. Then it's going to go through each one of these, and if, not if it equals null, if it equals null, then is building is equal to true, and what was the other thing we were tested for? We added a thing here. Is done. Is done is equal to true. Then buildings dot add new building I guess we're just gonna have the. Can we just make this empty? Will it allow me to do that? I can't. How did we do it that other way where it was empty? It wasn't with add. I don't remember what this is for. So as my rule is, if I can't remember, get rid of it. This thing too. I'm vaguely, oh, I know what they were for. They were for testing if we were messing around with the county stuff. We did it with, this is not what I want to listen to either. Um, um, how did we do that? I think we went like this. Remember, I had it set up and it was wrong for the way we were doing it. Uh, so the problem is, how are we going to do this? This is going to, how is it we're going to know the cost? We could put all of that information in the research item. I mean, the research item is going to need to tell the cost anyways. Do we need the research item to actually say? So how is it going to know the cost and all of this stuff? It's going to know from the research item. And if we're just going to pull everything from the research item anyways, what's the point of having a new list? I don't know how long it takes. When I say how long it takes, like if it has this, let's say that we have 100 research items and it has to go through them every time you open up that panel. Like, is that a lot? Is that a lot of work for the computer? I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like it is, but maybe it is. Let's put everything in this research list. I think that's what we're gonna have to do because we can't create this other list without knowing that information. So we'll leave this as a reference. Actually, I'm gonna drag it over on my other screen. Uh, let's save this. And let's go to research item. I think we're going to need all this because this information actually needs to be in the research as well in that research description panel because like let's say you want to build a place but you don't have any people to build anything. So why would you go to the point why would you research that technology? So that technology has to show how many employees it takes. We would just show the max employees, and then it would show like how much the influence cost is. So this needs to be in here anyways. So let's add this stuff in. We already have the name. We already have, for some reason, remember this one didn't like the name just being called name. I wonder why. Why is this one different? Maybe because it's serializable? I'm going to change this to name and see what it says again. It gave us some grief at some point. You know what we should do, actually? Let's do this. Uh, that way we can have two different things if we want them. We can have a research name, and we can have a building name. You know what? Fuck it. Let's not do that yet. We have a description here. Let's move this. Since we're rearranging shit, let's do this. So we name is building. We're going to have another is building. Is buildable and is built is going to be Is done will cover the is buildable part. We need current employees. Nope. And then we need max employees. Oh, you know what we also need? No, we don't. And then we need influence costs. This is all in the wrong spot, by the way. And I actually want this up here now that I think about it. The cost is going to come before that. Is done. Cut. Is built. Rename this to is research done. Whoops. Is built. Because we need to tell it. We need to put it in the correct list if it's building, or if it's built or not. We have the prerequisites. We have the tier. I'm gonna move this down here. You know me and my organization. I mean, I don't think like I worry about like how much the game's memory is going to use, but I don't actually think it matters as much as I think it does. Because think about, Crisis. Crisis used to be the game where to test your computer, you would try to see if it ran Crisis, and no one's computer could. But think of all the like graphics and shit a modern game uses, like a list of shit. Who gives a fuck? That's this of text is not going to take up. Now we need to fix how this organization here goes. Uh, Description, prereqs, tier. Bool. Whoops, not a bloople. Bool is research done. Is buildings already here? Is built. Whoops, this is a bool as well. Is built, comma. What is this? Is done needs to go. I thought I renamed that shit. Oh, I see. I see the issue. Yep, that's what we want. Is built, int influence cost, int current employees, int max employees. May move this motherfucker over here. Let's reorganize this thing. This was out of order anyways. I just like it to be consistent, Research name. Uh, Description. Prereqs. Now we can get this tier 1 in here as well. Description. Tier. Is research done? Is building. is built. That's nice, but that's not the right one. There we go. Yep. Okay. We did it. I always start with like a list of 2 items, and then it just starts fucking expanding, just blowing up until it's like 100 bazillion things. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that open anymore. Let's go back and delete this if it will let me. Like I said, I like to keep things close to as lean as possible. Clutter is like a huge issue in my life, in all forms of my life. Okay, I think this is everything. So back to world map load. This is all fucked up now. That's what it's telling us down here. It's like, what? You just fucked everything up. And let's do this then. We're not going to be able to see all this stuff. Why did I make so many research items to start with as a test? Let's put our research item over here so I can see it, so we can go through, because we just reorganized a bunch of stuff. No, no, no. Research name. This needs to be over here. And then we're already like out of room. We'll have what's next after name, description. Then we got our prereqs, which are currently null for these guys. Then we got the tier, which is 1. Then we have is research done, which is true for this puppy. Then this is a uh, oh, I just thought of something. We could have stuck the other list in this list. Oh, who gives a shit? Sometimes like I overthink stuff. It doesn't fucking matter. Is building. So we're at true. Is building. Is built. No, is research done. Is building. Is built. Is false. Influence costs. So this is an int. We're going to say this costs 500 influence to start with. Current employees is 0. Max employees is going to be 5. There's our first item. Now we just got to go through and fix all these fucking things. So where did I put that? Can I just delete this? This will be quicker if I delete this. Then we hit. Let's go through and do that on all of them. It should start figuring out what I'm doing. Or maybe not. It's not going to because there's that but we'll just we'll make sure that we'll double check our variables here. This is the one, not one, this is probably one of the many problems of doing it this way, is that it's easy to make a mistake. And then it makes more sense when you're playing a game and you're like, why is this wrong? It's because they have some bullshit like this going on. Whoa. It sounded like I was. See, I think we should probably make a name, like we did with this one. We should probably put these names in there too. Then we're gonna go to here. There's actually another way you can do this so it looks a little less funky, but fuck it, right? Look how long this one is. Man, these names. All right, then. Oh, we got one more. This one's just so short compared to the other ones. All right, let's save this just in case, and let's Control K, Control D that shit, and save it again. All the way back. Why are some of these like this? Don't do this to me. Come on. Okay. Uh, I think we started out. It's actually might be down here. Our faction. Oh, I think I typed it in. I think our factions are starting out with a thousand, a thousand. I guess we could look. Yeah, we're starting them out with 1,000 food, 1,000 scrap, and 1,000 influence, just to do it, you know. Uh, so so it looks like we got 3 nulls. The only part we need to add in for these guys are this here. I don't know. I don't remember what false is at this point. What's this last false before the ints is built? Yes, that is what we want. I'm gonna hit tab just to see what happens. Ah, fuck you, tab. It made it one big line. It figured out what we were doing, but I don't like it. I want we haven't zoomed in a little bit, and so this is not a building. This is not a building. This is a building. These are set to false. Oh, these are wrong. This order's wrong. So this one should be, we can take all of this. Why would these be false though? Well, we'll look at this here. Research item. Let's go backwards. It'd be nice if we could, there we go. Let's go backwards. Max employees, current employees, influence cost, is built is false, is building is true, is research is true. Okay, so that is research done? Oh wait, no, this should be false. This should be false. This isn't done. Fuck off. I think I just got the right. Well, we only need this. We only need this. And this one actually should be false. We'll leave it true for now. Let's put a note in here though. The research isn't shouldn't shouldn't start out as done, just set to done as testing. And probably we should, hey, what do we got going on here? Oh, we skipped. Uh, what is the name of that bool? Is research done? Should start out as not done. How about false? I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Okay, so let's go back and fix these guys. Why did we skip these guys? Because they're not a building. This is false, comma. Is building, is built, is building, is done. It's not a building. I think we have too many things in here at this point. We have too many trues and falses. Trues and is, so tier 1 is done is false. Is building is false. Is built is false. And can we null one of these? So these, since it's not a building, this should actually be like null. This stuff should all be null. Can we do that? Or will it be like, nah, you can't do that? Yeah, you can't do that. I think there's something called like nullables that do that, but we'll just put them in zeros. That should fuck something else up later for us, which is what we want. Then we'll copy this. I guess we didn't need that part, but basic tactics, guns, melee, primitive shacks are buildings. And then this is wrong. We'll do this, but then put this to true. I think that's where we want that. Is research done? Yep. Okay, we have now adjusted that whole thing, and this is gone. Whew. Okay, we really should do the name thing, I think. That way, if we change the name in this place, it will change everywhere. Like, we might, I don't know. Did we already put that as something we need to do? Research item is done as a test to see if we only need to put the other shit in the class that if it's getting changed. What the flying fuck does this mean? Is a test to see if we only need to put that other shit in the class if it's getting changed. I don't know what that means. You can just bury that somewhere. Get the fuck out of here. Why is this a note? Oh, we changed this. This is done too. We already decided this. As scriptable objects, that's should every faction have a game? Oh, yeah. Should instance be lowercase or uppercase? Oh, I lost my thing over there. Generate resources. I think this is a variable. Whoops. I just wanted to edit it. I didn't want to go look at it. I wasn't planning to suddenly go through this stuff and update some of them, but I was thinking, do we have a note about something? And now I forgot. Add name to county public class. Did we do that? We may have already done that. We didn't do that. I don't know if we ever need that. We're pulling it straight from the list here. And in fact, this is getting generated from this list. If we typo this, then they're all spelled wrong everywhere. We'll leave that there just in case. This seems like kind of that seems like kind of a note though. This also seems kind of like a note. All right, that's something we need to do in the future. Add name to county public class. It's in here as if it's something we need to do. Do we really need to do that? If it doesn't, I think that's a note as well. Combat AI diplomacy, fix Olmatilla's weird splotches. That's gonna get fixed eventually. Uh, oh, I thought. Seems like it's weird and being adjusted more than needed. I thought that was what we were talking about in this other thing. If a leader's activity is null, then a notification, yeah, is null or scavenging. I don't think that's spelled wrong, but we'll deal with it. Set up prereqs, dynamic events, make it easier to tell which counties the player owns. Figure out better way to do dev view. Do you want the population info to be non-inner we don't own? Do you want the population? Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, that's fine. Can we put the in a better place in the inspector? It's really hard to find. We already did that. we're everything. We already did like half the shit. Uh, okay. I don't remember why I was looking at this. There was a thought process behind it, but now I've forgotten what it was. What are we doing here? Okay, so we have that. Well, let's test. We made a bunch of changes, so let's make sure that this thing still works and the world hasn't imploded on us. All right, let's maximize this thing. Fisher's shacks. We got all the shacks. This is still showing as if we completed it. We're not getting any bugs yet. We close that. We click on here. Let's see. Can we click on here? You don't own this county, fuck brain. Seems like that works. Let's click on here, make sure that this works. Then we got all of our people. They're all scavenging. Yeah, it's an E, not an A. Can we muster an army still? Mustering an army works. Click on it. I forgot I had a whole day here. Let's speed up time. We don't have all day to wait for that shit. All right, that still works, even though that shouldn't. We don't want to be able to move in there without combat. What's next? Just the buildings thing open? It opens and it's scrollable. This thing is opening up. We need to turn that off. You need to click on this to turn that thing on. Each time you click on this, it should fill this information in, which is basically the spot we're at right now. How much time do we have? 20 minutes? What time is it in real life? It's 2:10. Man, this game is ugly. I did not think that this county info panel was going to be expanding like this, but I should have guessed, because as you work on things, it just keeps going and going. This is a baby of this thing? Okay. Is that what we want? So if you close this, this would close too. I guess that's fine. Uh, you know what's weird is this is such a similar panel to the research panel. I guess we'll make it its own thing. I was thinking maybe we should just combine them and like just add a build button or some shit. Maybe we'll make it its own thing, because maybe we'll want a picture in here and stuff. We're gonna, a picture of what? I don't know. A picture of something. A picture of some bullshit. Uh, so we have the building name, all of that to get back to here. So what are we gonna need? We're gonna need another. This is the guy we're working on. Building description name. How about we just say building name? And we'll put text at the end, just in case. Building name, we're gonna need another. Whoops. We're gonna need another text box. We should be able to knock out a few things here in the next little bit. Building description, text, and then what did we figure out how to make this work reliably? We pin that to the top, but then we like zeros there. Negative 50, negative 75. I don't feel like that's very reliable. There's got to be a better way to do this. The description should probably fill up. We'll do this. We'll have it fill up like this much. And then we'll put in some text in here. The text is white for some reason. This is a description of a building. We'll change this to black. I got this black button down here. Let's center it, I guess. Let's center it at the top, but not this way. Or do we want it in the middle? Yeah, we'll leave it like that. I don't know. I'm getting crazy. Then below this, what did I just made some random shit. Let's even out these. Oh, I guess I could have just stretched that shit. Position is 0. Negative 225, really? I should probably. No. Like, so this is useful, but there is a point. What does this one do? Like, I need to take a class on that one. This is what we wanted at. I don't know what I clicked, but this is what we wanted at. 852, huh? Okay. And then underneath this, we're gonna have to put some more text things. I think I'm just gonna duplicate these so we don't have to. We're gonna need max people, like the number of employees it takes, the cost. And that's it. Building cost text. The issue is we're gonna have to be fucking with all sorts of here. Max employees text. Man, so that when we click on this other building they're done, it's gonna open up another panel like this. Because this is the build one. Yeah, it's fine. Where the fuck are you? You're like sitting. We're also gonna need a button on here, so let's add this button. We're gonna need 2 buttons actually. One's gonna be build, and then one's gonna be close. Or we could just have the build button, and then when you click this, that closes this thing. See, now we're back on the Wolf Parade. It's like Wolf Parade is the YouTube just wants me to listen to Wolf Parade, and it's kind of it gets old, man. It gets old fast. Um, Maybe we should be starting to put like X buttons in the upper right hand corner instead of close buttons. So this is the fear I have of having this thing. What happens if you hit build and it closes the building too? It closes this panel. Well, then you wouldn't have it. You would have to build it. No, we need a close button on here. So let's add 2 buttons on here. I was trying to get around having so many buttons. I don't know. I'm just not into buttons. I mean, no, I am into buttons, but I feel like we have so many everything. So let's move these buttons into place first. Currently, we've been centering the close button at the bottom here. So that's going to be this one. That's what we've been doing pretty much every time. We've been doing that. And then so there is this thing where it kind of like visualizes where your mouse is going to go around, like where people are going to be clicking and stuff. So I don't want to put this right above this and say build, because what's going to happen is you're going to accidentally click that. I know, because I'm a crazy clicker. When I play a game, I like, oh, I want to close that. I just like start clicking like a ways away. I know that's going to be an issue. So we're going to want to, whoops, no, I didn't want to play. We're going to want to put the build button somewhere else. I'm glad I figured out that thing. Let's put the build button at the top. And what is it, -100 or something? Yeah, we'll put the build button at the top, right there. And we'll change this text to build. And we're actually going to, oh, we also need how long it will take to build. Oh, shit. That's why we do this in this weird research items. We need to add that to here. Is building influence costs public int days to build? And we're going to need that over here. Influence cost, I think days to build should be down here. Cost, what, fuck you. Int days, should it be above the cost? I don't know. And then break, everything's gonna be broken. We'll drag this over here again. And it's back to Wolf Parade again. What the flying fuck, man? We'll do this other mix here. Then we'll go to back to here and add in, what is this? Days to build. Where is that influence cost? So it's right over here. For these shacks, they're going to take 2 weeks to build to start. This is going to be 2 weeks. Oh, you know what we don't have in here is how much the research itself costs. We can't actually research anything because there is no cost of research. Do we have that on our list? Like, the cost of research, that definitely needs to be on here somewhere. We're not going to be able to get to it right now, so. I mean, it's not. I thought we had another thing somewhere that I put research in front of it so it'd be easier to find. Well, this one probably should say research. That way we can go through these and when we get back, when we circle back around to research, we have like a better understanding of what we're up against. I thought I had another one that said research at the beginning, but I guess not. And I don't want to spend all day looking for it. It's probably right in front of my brain. Uh, we're just adding in 14 to these shacks. Each one of these shacks will take 2 weeks to be made. Basic tactics. This is 0 because they aren't buildings. So this once again there is like a downside. It's having these extra things here that they don't need this stuff, but we got to put it in there. I really would like to have a way to null those out, but I guess you can't. Or maybe, like I said, we need to put it in another thing. We can put this back over here. And that's not what we need. We need this up. JetBrains. I don't know, I typoed something. Okay. I'm like losing the thread, if you know what I mean. I think I'm gonna call it a day. We have everything we need. We actually have got a lot of shit done uh, over the past couple of days. It's kind of a we're not doing it this way anymore. All buildings are currently in the research panel, research items list. No separate list for buildings. And we're going to put this up here. We're going to mark this. If you on these things in GitHub, if you complete a thing, it just randomly throws it anywhere on this list, which is fucking bizarre. So which is why I generally drag these over. Building build panel. So what are we next doing here? We need the build button to work, and we need to add we're gonna put a couple of things. county improvements. Actually, we'll just say build panel, max employees, build panel, influence cost. That's not how you spell influence. Build panel, time. We already have, these are all, we already have the description, panel, build button. And I'm putting all of these in here so we just have a bunch of shit we can mark off next time. Convert to issue. I love marking stuff off. It makes me feel like I've done something. You know, we didn't have that many to do today, so we're making it. And this should all be above here. And then once the build panel is done, it's like a sub thing. We could actually edit this and say county improvements. I wish there was a better way there, and there might be. I actually looked at the what is it? What are those? Princes of Darkness. It's a mod for CK3. They have one of these, and it's way more complicated. I don't know how they did it. I should ask them. We're gonna put all this shit up here. This is the bottom thing. So I hit Control S. We'll knock all these out next. Well, yeah, we should be able to easily knock these out because it's just going to pull from that list that we now have created. Influence cost time. Let's push this shit to GitHub. I always close that before. County improvements. Build panel is half done. We did delete a couple of things too. Deleting things for some reason makes me happy. I don't know why. We'll push this up to county improvements, and once it tells us that it's done, we are done for the day. Thank you for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a good day or night.